Today, the New York Times published an article suggesting that Trump was working on a set of regulations to define who was protected by Title IX. For those of you unfamiliar with Title IX, it protects people from discrimination based on gender. According to the Times, the regulation would establish quote-unquote explicit and uniform definitions of gender as determined on a biological basis that is clear, grounded in science, objective, and administratable. Not only would this eliminate all non-binary people, but it would explicitly define male and female in regards to federal protections, and make it unchangeable. We are all at great risk from this regulation. It would erase any existing federal protections and potentially revoke the rights of existing trans people, regardless of existing documentation, surgeries, or other circumstances. The scariest part of all this is a single sentence. Sex means a person's status as male or female is based on immutable biological traits identifiable by or before birth. If this language were to ever pass into law or regulation, it would completely invalidate every single trans person in the United States, and could possibly mean the invalidation of any documents that they may have in their possession. The memo cited in the article even goes so far as to address changed birth certificates, being extremely clear that the original birth certificate will be used, and if it's not available, genetic testing will be used to determine a person's sex. The specific language in the memo is, the sex listed on a person's birth certificate as originally issued shall constitute definitive proof of a person's sex, unless rebutted by reliable genetic evidence. If this definition were ever adopted by the federal government, it would mean the erasure of 1.4 million Americans who currently live here. Your friends, your relatives, and of course me. This ignores all medical science on trans people. It's chosen to reduce them to one single trait, genetics, which is not that scientific of an approach at all. All major medical organizations define being trans as a physical, medically valid condition caused by brain chemistry, biological development, hormones, or any number of medical issues. None of them listed genetics as a part of a diagnosis. We cannot allow this to happen. Everyone who watches this video and can vote must do so this November. We must first take back the House and the Senate, then work to erase the damage that Trump has already done. Each and every one of you can make a difference by voting in November. Remember, this regulation wouldn't just remove legal protections. It would erase us. It's based on bad arguments and conservative beliefs that trans people are not people at all. Please vote.